Today we're checking out the Barricade Extreme HD front bumper with LED fog and spotlights for the 2015 to 2015 Sierra 1500. If you're looking for heavy-duty front-end protection paired with functional lighting and rugged style, this bumper is definitely worth checking into. This bumper combines aggressive off-road style with real-world utility. Its bold, angular design instantly toughens up the truck's appearance while still providing full-width protection. Integrated into this bumper is going to be dual 3-inch LED cubes on either side that use 5-watt Cree LEDs, outputting a crisp 6,000 Kelvin light temperature. That's going to enhance your visibility in low light conditions and poor weather. Each light is housed in a waterproof IP67 rated aluminum casing with a durable polycarbonate lens, ensuring long-lasting performance in the harsh environments. Beyond lighting, this bumper is built from very thick, cold-formed steel plating for maximum strength and durability, and it's finished with an epoxy and textured black powder coat finish that resists corrosion and wear over time. All of this is designed to not only give your truck a more aggressive look, but also improve safety and functionality during nighttime driving and the off-road trail use. When it comes to the construction, this bumper is made from thick, cold-formed steel for exceptional strength and protection. Its 2-stage barrier coating has an epoxy base followed by that textured black powder coat finish, so you know it's not going to chip or fade over time. The integrated LED cubes are weather sealed and made to endure harsh weather conditions with durable lenses and finished off with aluminum housings. Now, when it comes to the pricing on this, it's gonna come in right around that mid-1000s price range. Considering the heavy-duty build and the included light features, it offers a pretty strong value for a rugged upgrade that adds both protection and utility. When it comes to the install, this is going to be rated a 2 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter, and it's pretty straightforward bolting onto the factory locations. You can have this installed in just 2 hours or less of your time. Now let's head on out to the shop, and we're going to give you a detailed walkthrough of exactly how this install process goes.
For this install, you need 3/8 impact and ratchet, scissors, the supplied zip ties, 3/8 extension, 18, 16, 15, 10, and 7mm socket, the supplied Allen wrench, 18, 16, and 13mm wrench, and a clip removal tool. All right, today we're going to be installing a front bumper on our Sierra, so let's get started. First thing we need to do is remove our rad cover so we can get our grill out of the way. So we have our clip removal tool. We'll take all of our push clips out, going across the top here. Now we can remove our cover to get access to our 4 10mm bolts for the top of our grill. So we'll grab our ratchet 10mm socket, take our 4 bolts out. All right, now before we pull our grill off, we actually have to get our lower trim off. So in our wheel well, we have 1 7mm bolt. Grab a ratchet socket, take that out. Pull that out. If you have this wheel trim, you're gonna pull that back. You can get this under. Just release the trim. Go ahead and do the same thing on the other side, and we'll remove this whole front fascia together. All right, so I have our other side released. We're just gonna go ahead and pull this whole trim off. All right, on the lower portion of our grill, there's gonna be 4 bolts, 2 on the other side, 1 on the outside here, and 1 in the middle. It's gonna be just the opposite on the other side. Take our ratchet 10mm socket, take those 2 out. Repeat the same thing for the other side, and now we can get our grill out. Now we're just gonna pull our grill straight out, releasing it from its tabs. All right, now on either side of the bumper, going straight down, you're gonna have 2 bolts, 18mm, 1 here, 1 here. We'll grab our impact extension, 18mm socket, take that out. One thing, we're gonna unplug our harness for our fog lights here. That's only on the passenger side. So just release the red locking tab, push down, and pull out. Grab your impact, take those 2 bolts out. And then you repeat the same thing on the other side for the same 2 bolts. So now underneath the truck, we have our support bar on either side. It's huddled with 3 15mm bolts. We have 2 on the inside here, so we're gonna grab our impact 15mm socket and take those 2 out. Now I do want to note I did put in back 2 of those 18mm bolts up top just to help hold the bumper in place while you're taking this out. You just don't want it to fall on you. But now we just have to remove our bar altogether, which is on the outside there. All right, now our one on the outside. Just make sure you hold on to the bar because it won't fall. You can go ahead and repeat the same thing on the other side. All right, now we're just gonna unthread our bolt. That was holding it up, and remove our whole bumper. Now on either side, we just have to remove our mounting plate and our tow hook. So we're gonna grab our impact and 15mm socket, take these 3 bolts out. This will come off. We're gonna switch to an 18mm socket and take our 2 bolts out of our tow hook here. Grab an 18mm wrench to hold the nut on the one side. Don't lose this hardware, you will be reusing it. Pull that out, set that aside, and go ahead and repeat the same thing for the other side. So now we're gonna get our bumper assembled. Before we get it on, we have our fog lights first, so we have our bracket. Just make sure that the wire is at the bottom. Bracket's gonna look like so. We're gonna get this inside. Inside you'll see 2 grooves. That's where your nuts will fall into place. Just drop that in there. Sometimes it takes a little bit to get it in the right angle. We're just gonna have our bolt go through our side here, thread in. Same thing on the other side. Go ahead, grab your supplied Allen key, and go ahead and snug that up. You can come back and loosen and tighten this later after you make any adjustments for the angle that you need. So it's gonna look like so. So now we're gonna get this mounted up into our bumper. Now our connector will actually fit through these slots right here. So we're gonna put this through the front. So we're gonna get our fog light through. We can get our harness through first. Get that pushed through. Get your bolt, it's gonna slide up underneath your bracket and fit like so. Now you have multiple options. There are 3 different slots of where you want it. We're just gonna put ours in the middle. Now on the back side, we're gonna have flat washer, lock washer, and nut. We'll get those threaded on. Snug that up, grab a 13mm ratcheting wrench. Like I said, you can tighten it down now if you want. You might need to come back, make any adjustments on any location that you want. It does go forward pretty far and side to side. I'm just gonna put ours right about there, adjust it later. And then the last thing we have to do on this side is just install our 2 caps. So since our factory bumper does not have any parking sensors, we're just gonna install our caps. They simply just snap into place. And then you can go ahead and repeat all those same steps for the caps and the fog light on the other side. So now we have to get our tow hook relocation brackets on. They're gonna fit on like so. Now both of them are identical from side to side because the tow hooks mount identically. So we're gonna get our double bolt plate, put this through our bracket, single one on the one with the only one side. We have our flat washers and then lock washers and the nuts. We get all of them on. All right, we'll grab our impact 18mm socket and tighten those down. Now for our tow hook, it's gonna go in like so. We have 2 spacers that will fit in either side. Like I said, we're gonna be reusing our factory bolts. So we have our longer one in front, the second spacer through with our factory nut, our small factory bolt in the back. Same thing, impact 18mm socket and an 18mm wrench to hold the nut. Now we're gonna switch to our bracket. You'll see it's gonna be labeled P or D for driver's side or passenger side. Quick, easy note, the mounting plates will be on the outside facing out. Now we're gonna put this up in place and reinstall our 3 15mm bolts. Switch to our impact and 15mm socket. Now you may need to make some adjustment when putting the bumper on to make this fit correctly, but I'm just gonna kind of float this about center. Go ahead and tighten it down. All right, then you can go ahead and repeat the same thing on the other side. All right, so before we get our bumper on, we're just gonna hook up our wiring for our fog lights. Now we have a power and ground. We're just gonna go straight to the battery. So we're just gonna hook this up. So we're gonna take our ratchet 10mm socket, take our nut off of our terminals here. Hook our positive up here and get our nut back on. Go ahead and tighten that back down. And we're gonna do the same thing with our negative. And be careful not lose the stud or the nut. Just make sure that the button is not on, which it is. We'll just turn it off. Thread that back on, you can go ahead and tighten that down. All right, now we're just gonna go through and secure our harness here. Now we have our relay. Just gonna grab the zip tie, just secure that up out of the way. We can just do that to this crossbar here. Grab a pair of scissors, cut off the extra. Then we just have our button, which we have to run across our firewall to the inside of our truck, and then also 2 wires to our fog lights. So for our 2 wires for our fog lights, now you can run these however you want. Definitely make them a little bit cleaner than I am. I'm just gonna zip tie them to the support bar here. Follow down, just gonna go under our grill. I'm just gonna tuck these next to our headlight. There's a mounting point here. You're gonna have one going straight to our passenger side here, and we just run one here over to our passenger side, driver's side. Secure it if you want. We're just gonna leave ours dangling and secure the extra later. Now let's get our button ran across the firewall into the truck. All right, so we'll get our wire for our button ran across, secure it up away from the engine from anything hot or moving. We have a support bar here, and we also have this harness that runs across the top. It is perfect to secure to. Got this over there. Keep running across, and we're gonna go in our main harness grommet on the edge of our firewall over here. Our zip tie, clean them up, and we'll get that through. All right, so the grommet we're going through is right here on our firewall. Now, if it makes it easier, you can unplug the button. So you don't have to push the whole button through, just push the tab down and pull apart. And then simply just push back in to plug back in. So we're gonna unplug it, get our button, toss it in our truck for now. Get this, and just push this through this grommet here. Might be a little tight, but just work it through. Work that through, we'll pull that through from the inside and mount our button. All right, now as you can see, I have our button connected and pulled through here. It's pretty much impossible to see anything up there. You just gotta reach your hand up, pull the connector through, plug it in, tuck the wire away from anything moving, especially if you have the parking brake here. And then we just go ahead, peel our backing on our double side tape, secure it wherever you want on the dash. We're just gonna put ours right there. So now we're gonna get ready to get our bumper on. We're just gonna get a buddy to help us do that. Real quick, we're just gonna go over the hardware. So we have 3 bolts on either side. We have a flat washer. They're gonna go through the bumper that's gonna go over this bracket, through the bracket, and then on the inside, we're gonna have another flat washer, lock washer, and then our nut. And we'll go ahead and get all those threaded on and come back and tighten them down. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and tighten our side bolts. So we have an impact extension and 16mm socket and a 16mm wrench to hold the head. Now I do have the other side snugged up, so it's kind of held in place and adjusted where we want. You wanna make sure you do that before you tighten these down. You also can loosen them up and adjust, which we still may need to do. Let's tighten these down. All right, now go ahead and tighten the same 3 on the other side. Also, while we're here, I'm gonna grab our harness for our fog light, plug that in. We're gonna secure up our extra and zip tie this up out of the way. There's this harness here that we can go to. Just make sure it doesn't fall down and get caught on anything. Cut off the extra, do the same thing on the other side with the other fog light, and then we can go ahead and put our grill back on. All right, we're gonna reinstall our grill. Give it a good tap, lock in all the securing tabs. Then we're gonna get our 4 bolts in at the bottom and then our lower trim. All right, so we have our 2 10mm bolts on either side of the bottom. We'll get those in. Do the same thing on the other side and we'll get our lower painted trim piece on. All right, so we'll line up all of our tabs. Get it secured in the middle first and around our headlights and on either end. All right, now we just need to secure our bolts in our fender well. All right, we'll grab our 7mm bolt, ratchet and socket, and get our 1 bolt. Put back in. Get that lined up. The clip might have moved. It's no big deal. It is going through like 3 pieces of plastic, so it's just a little bit of a pain to get lined up. Go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. Put our 4 bolts in for the top of our grill. Switch back to our ratchet and 10mm socket and go ahead and tighten all 4 of those down. Get our rad cover back in place. Just make sure your wires are nice and tucked away. And we're going to reinstall all of our push clips going across. And that wraps up our install of our Barricade Extreme HD front bumper with LED fog and spotlights for a 2014 and 15 Sierra 1500. And remember, for everything Sierra, keep it right here at AmericanTrucks.com.